Let me remind you of something that happened a long time back. The first week in May, the year was 2000. That's 26 years back. Some of you in the room weren't around yet. But it was at the dawn of the digital age. A silent pandemic swept across the globe in just a matter of hours. It wasn't a physical sickness. It was an internet virus. And back then, the world was largely unprepared for these kind of security vulnerabilities that we had. We didn't know what to do with that stuff back then. And what became known as the love bug took the globe completely by storm. Does anybody remember that? Yeah, it was wild. It began in Manila, in the Philippines. In a span of just 4 hours, it traveled across Asia. It entered into Europe. And even within that 4 hours, it came to the United States. It infected over 10 million Windows personal computers. It was so invasive that it shut down the British Parliament. It forced major global corporations to take their servers offline. It cracked open secure military databases and at least temporarily disabled the email networks at the Pentagon. That's how dangerous it was. Now, think back to that moment, if you can. Why would millions of smart, busy, practical people open an attachment to an email? We know better now, but open an email address they didn't recognize? Why would they do that? Well, the answer is incredibly simple, and it cuts to the core of really the human condition. The email arrived in their inboxes with a very specific, irresistible three-word subject line. It said, "I love you," at the top. I love you. Attached to it was a tiny file. This was the title of it. Back then, you didn't have spaces for title, for file titles. It said love-letter-4-u.txt. Love letter for you. That was the file. And the truth is, no matter how cautious we try to be, nobody, it seems like, can resist opening a love letter. The virus spread across the globe like wildfire because at the end of the day, every human soul is desperately hungry to be loved. We are designed for connection. We want to know that we're seen, that we're valued, and that somebody has written our name in their heart. When Jesus walked this earth, he made a radical statement about the communication style of his followers. He said that in the subject line of every Christian's life ought to be love. I mean, look in John 13, that is, and verse 35. By this all men will know you are my disciples if you do what? Love one another. Love's not an optional luxury.